everyone, welcome to 28 Sports Show here on TV Sapiencia. On 28 Sports Show, it's actually a program we've created for young ones between the ages of 11, 12, 13 to young adults of 20, 21, 22. We catch them young. We give them responsibilities that they translate into talk shows, discussions, and we discuss issues that affect teenagers. And today on the program, I don't know whether I'm feeling awkward because this is my first time of hosting seminarians. Even though one of them said, I'm just, before the end of the program, I will tell you what one of them said. But my name is Oma, your very sweetheart on radio, TV, and social media. I have with me student from St. Joseph Secondary, a special science and seminary school, all the way from Awka Etiti. Welcome to the live series of TV Sapiencia. Now, I will allow you to say your names and your class by yourself. Let's start with you.
My name is Edeshunwe Emmanuel. I'm in SS3.
Oh, beautiful. I like that. Go on.
My name is Okunko Pascal. I'm in SS1.
Okay.
My name is Obiese Piochimudinso. I'm in JS3.
Aha!
Okay. My name is Apollo John Bosco. I'm in SS3.
Okay.
My name is Uhuaguma Kevimari Chigemezu. I'm in SS3.
Now, these are Reverend Fathers in training. The one of them said it is not by force. And I was just wondering, if it's not by force, what are you doing in a seminary? It's in a seminary school. I'm not going to tell you the person that said it, so you don't. I'm not going to point out the person that said it. No. But all of you must become Reverend Fathers, though, because, and actually, this is my first time of having all boys on set, okay, number one. Then number two, my first time of having seminarians, okay, and it feels so great to have these amazing ones, priests in training in our midst. And today we'll be looking at an all-important topic of drug abuse. You know, one of the major things that have destroyed the lives of our youth, young, old, boys, girls, is drug abuse. And the amazing part of this whole thing is that their friends, whoever that pressures them into starting drugs and illicit drugs, everything about drugs, will tell them, okay, if you take this drug, you're going to feel high. If you take this drug, you're going to feel this, you're going to feel that. But they're not going to tell them consequences. But today on the program, we're going to look at drug abuse, types of drugs, everything you need to know about drugs. At least, whenever you're about to take any decision about drugs, whenever you want to start abusing drugs, you should be well aware of what you're about to start. So we're going to start first with the definition of drugs. And Mario will help us with that. Mario?
Thank you. Drugs could be defined as those substances which affect the structure or functioning of a living organism. And you can also define drugs as substances other than food, which can be used to prevent, cure, or treat or diagnose a living organism, a body, human being.
Okay.
Like that.
Human beings, even animals, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes dogs are, when they're not feeling, how many of you have dogs in your home? You don't? How many of you have pets? You don't have?
No, we don't have.
You don't have pets? My goodness! You're not the type? Oh my God. When I was growing up, we used to have a dog. So I know sometimes dogs get sick and you take the dog to a veterinarian,
Yeah.
okay? Is there any one of you that wants to become a veterinarian here? None? Oh, medical doctor. That's good. Okay, so let's look at the definition of drug abuse, and Pascal will be helping us with that.
Thank you. Drug abuse, can be seen as a harmful substance. Like, it's intake of harmful substance without a doctor's prescription.
Okay.
Or you can say it's the use of illegal substance like cocaine or marijuana, and use of legitimate drug for non-medical purposes. However, you can say it's the intake of drug in amounts or method that is not prescribed by the doctor, and which can cause maybe illness or death to the individual and others. Thank you.
Okay. I was able to pick out something you said is the use of illegitimate substances, number one. Then number two, not prescribed by the doctor. You know, when I'm in my sober reflective moments, I keep asking myself, why do young people, I've never found the attraction to drugs. I don't know. I'm still making a research to know what is that thing that pushes young people to drugs. What is that level of peer pressure that will push You all are seminarians. I don't know if you have that kind of peer pressure. You don't, right? You don't. You don't, Awka?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you don't. You don't. All you're doing is to pray and to do mass. Okay, so let's look at types of drugs. Pew.
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. There are three major types of drugs, and
Okay.
they are stimulants, sedatives, and narcotics. First, I'd like to begin with stimulants.
Okay.
They're the kind of drugs that increase the central nervous system,
Okay.
and these drugs are used to enhance performance and also for medical benefits.
Okay.
The second type of drug is sedatives.
Okay.
They calm the central nervous system, and an example of this, like they can appear in either liquid or pills.
Okay.
A perfect example for this type of drug is the sleep enhancing drug
Okay.
called zolpidem.
Okay.
And the last but not the least, narcotics.
Okay.
This type of drug, it affects the mood of an individual, and it is not used for medical benefits.
Okay.
An example of this type of drug is the pain relief drugs. Thank you.
Okay. Amazing. Sedatives. You know, sometimes some of these drugs they are used. You talked about calming the nerves, right?
Yes.
Sometimes when you're going through cough, catarrh, there are some of these catarrh drugs you take, you start feeling sleepy. Is it part of sedatives? It should be. It should be. Okay. Okay. So let's look at the types of drug abuse. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Mr. Moderator. Miss Moderator.
Carry
My
on.
name is Oma. Go ahead.
Under the types of drug abuse, we have first the illicit drugs.
Okay.
These are drugs that are illegal to possess, produce, or distribute. Examples of such drugs include the marijuana, heroin, cocaine, etc. They are those drugs that are being obtained through illegal means and are consequential to lawful actions like payment of heavy fine, imprisonment, or even death.
Okay.
Secondly, we have the prescribed drugs.
Okay.
These are drugs that are legally available only through the prescription by a healthcare professional. These drugs are sometimes misused both for medical and non-medical purposes. These drugs include, we have the stimulants,
Okay.
we have the sedatives. Under sedative, we have the peritone drugs. We have the opioids, the painkillers. Under that, we have the ibuprofen, the diclofenac, protagium, and the Sudrex.
Do you want to be a doctor?
Yes.
Oh, see how you're calling them one after the other. Go on. I mean, I'm. It's really interesting. Go on.
And so, as the first one I call illicit drugs, they are those drugs that are bad for the health, and therefore the government made it more illegal to be in possession. So, anyone who uses these drugs are abusing illegal drugs that are not supposed to be used. They're under prescribed drugs. These are drugs that are available, but due to, maybe out of ignorance or by choice, we're taking these drugs are beyond the dose recommended or below the dose recommended.
Okay.
Let Pascal help me with the third one.
All right.
And to continue from where he stops. So the third type of drug abuse are called over-the-counter drugs.
Over-the-counter drugs.
Yes.
Okay.
These are medication that are purchased without prescription. They are generally beneficial to man's health, but can be abused when used in excess doses, and this can cause illness or death to the individual. Examples of these drugs can be the cough syrup that contain the codeine and the pain relief. Thank you.
All right. Over-the-counter drugs, and something I've realized about Nigeria and Nigerians is the fact that we always have access to these drugs. Are you aware? Just like you talked about over-the-counter drugs.
Yes.
You're feeling sick, you're feeling headache, you could just stroll to any chemist, any pharmacist shop, tell them you're feeling this, you're feeling that, and they'll give you drugs. These are the drugs called over-the-counter drugs. All right? These are drugs that we're not given to you at the hospital. So we have access to these drugs. Maybe when you become a medical doctor, are you going to do something? Okay, so let's look at the reason. Why do people abuse drugs? Why?
Okay, thank you, ma. The reasons why people abuse drugs. First, we the adolescent age.
Okay.
The adolescence can be a time of making irrational and impulsive decisions. It is a time of living in the present, in the now, without proper.
Why do you people live in the now? Go on.
Without proper consideration.
You say something?
I said modern times.
Modern times. Okay, go on.
Living in the now without proper consideration of the consequences that may follow up. It is a time where many teenagers, young people, try drugs for the first time. And in the process, they get addicted to such drugs. Well, in my school, St. Joseph Seminary, Special Science School, we have well-trained teachers and formators who guide students in academics and character formation, so as to make us not to fall into this feeling of youthful exuberance and then indulge into acts of drug abuse. Secondly, we have peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure. Young people are easily.
Even as a father in training, are there peer pressures? Tell me the truth. Are there peer pressures?
The truth is, they could be.
So what do you guys do? How do you cope? How do you manage it?
The training, the seminary training.
Okay.
Yeah, they give us, the training is, I won't say so strict, I won't say so tight, but the training is so convincing.
Okay.
That we know the difference between what we are supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope I did not cut you short in what you were saying.
No.
Are you done?
I'm not done.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So, statistics have proven that over 40% of students who indulge in these acts of drug abuse are influenced by their friends or by their fellow students. So this feeling to belong, to be current, to know what's up, like to be trending. Yeah, to be trending.
And I'm wondering, even in seminary school, do you have the trends? Do you do trends? Honestly, today we are talking drugs. Maybe some other time you come to the program, we'll look at your life as this in the seminary school.
Okay.
So we'll look at if these things that are happening to people of the world,
Are they affecting you?
are they affecting you? We need to know now, right?
Yeah.
Go on.
So thirdly, we have those who suffer from broken homes.
Okay.
So those who come from broken homes do suffer from depression, anxiety, poor parental care. So they watch their parents fight, quarrel, and break bottles in the home. So most of them, to escape from this psychological trauma, do indulge into acts of drug abuse in order to ease the stress. People generally indulge in drug abuse to cope stress arising from matters like family issues, relationship problems, pressure at work, growing competition in schools, depression, as I said. Yeah. So also, this drug abuse could also be a genetic issue.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatever be the case, we should know that drug abuse only aggravates the problem rather than solving it.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that, coming from a young person.
So, to round up,
Okay.
in my school, St. Joseph Seminary, Special Science School, alcohol intake and drug abuse is a crime.
Okay.
Yeah. We have well-trained nurses and well-equipped clinics and sick bay. Where
Are you the SP?
No.
Okay. Go on.
So these nurses, they take care of the students and emergency cases.
Okay.
And also, students are not allowed to be in possession of drugs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
All right.
you.
Quickly, let's look at the effects of drug abuse. Very quickly.
Okay.
John Bosco.
Thank you, Mom.
Go on.
Looking at the effects of drug abuse, I would say that the effects are disastrous.
Yeah. Very, very.
It leads to mental health problems, including depression, personality disorder, suicidal thoughts, and suicide. In academics, it can lead to poor academic performance, expulsion, retarded growth, and also a bit of death.
Yeah.
And young people don't know this last one, death. Young people, teenagers, don't know this last one, death.
This is the major part in their life.
Huh?
Drug abuse.
Can you speak up now?
Drug abuse is a major part in their life.
Is a major?
Major part in things like
Oh, wow. Wow. All right, let's look at, okay, we found, oh, you want to say something? Okay, you're not done.
Yes.
Go on, go on.
But secondary, depending on the actual compound, drug abuse, including alcohol, can cause health problem, social problem, violence, broken homes, car accidents, and so many others.
Okay.
Drug abuse particularly impacts the brain and can cause other health issues like kidney problems.
Yeah.
And maybe it can also lead to death. Also, drug abuse can hampers a person's ability to practice self-control and interferes with this ability to resist the urge to take drugs. The lab will not the risk. Drug abuse affects the brain and the rest of the body work and can cause change in awareness, mood, thought, and behavior.
All right. Knowing all this, why do a lot of people still get themselves involved in drug abuse? That's it. Just keep thinking about it. Just keep thinking about. Let's look at the control. Okay, how can we control drug abuse? Chill.
So first
Now you need to speak out because you've been speaking with. You've been. All right, speak out.
yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Moderator. How we can control drug abuse is firstly, one of the most important, to avoid peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Avoid peer pressure. Okay.
Yeah. So we should build up good and healthy friendship and relationship
Okay.
by avoiding drug addicts.
Okay.
Some might be our friends, some might be our family members. It is said that evil communication corrupts good manners.
True.
Meaning that if you surround yourself with drug addicts, you are likely to become one of them. Now, peer pressure is a major part in the life of teens, and this could like making them just to feel belong.
Okay.
They want to follow what their friends are doing.
Are doing.
Now, if you are feeling pressured, anxiety, you can meet a guidance counselor who is going to help you in this problem. In my school, St. Joseph Seminary, Social Science School, we have well-equipped and trained guidance counselors.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who not only help us in academics, but also in our career choice.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, finally, from Mario.
Governments can formulate strong policies which can help to implement rules and regulations guiding the distribution, sale of drugs. That is controlling the access people have to these drugs.
Okay.
Also, the law enforcement agencies can be strict, apprehend these drug traffickers and then put them to law.
Okay.
Then also, they can conduct education programs in schools, churches, mosques, everywhere, to enlighten people on the dangers of abusing drugs, the risks of abusing drugs, and make these people learn to take strong decisions in life instead of resorting to abusing drugs.
Okay. All right. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. I think you all said amazing contributions on this issue of drug abuse. Like I said, the next time you're going to come here, I want you, when you go home, you have an enclosed environment. All of you are being trained to become fathers, all right? So I want you to sort of mix up in your streets, find out these other young boys who get themselves involved in drug abuse, what is their push? Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Good. So do that for me. Conduct that research because they're your peers. So they can easily talk to you. All right? They can easily let you know why they get involved in drug abuse. Maybe the next time we come here, we're going to look at the why, the push. What is that push factor? Because for teenagers to get involved in drugs, they don't know the consequences. They are not well aware of the consequences. Maybe they see what they are going to enjoy, but they don't see the consequences. But meanwhile, thank you so much. Thank you, students from St. Joseph Seminary. Please say the name of your, say it again.
St. Joseph Seminary
Special Science School, Awka Etiti.
They've said the name of their school, and like I said, this is my first time of having seminarians. Abi?
Yes,
Yeah,
My
you
first
said
time of
that.
having seminarians. Yeah, and they are human beings, okay? Oh my goodness, I look forward to a time when you will invite me, you come and say, Auntie Oma, I'm being ordained, right? Right?
Yeah.
And that person that is telling me it is not a must, like I said, I'm not going to point out who the person is. You must be a priest. Eh?
Yes, ma'am.
By default. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you yet again on 20 Spot Show. My name is Oma. You're very sweet on radio, TV, and social media. You've heard from them. It's never a beautiful thing to get yourself in drugs. I mean, as a young person, they always show you the beauty, but they don't tell you the consequences. They've talked about the consequences. You know what is right for you. Take the right kind of decisions for yourself. We look forward to having you again on 20 Spot Show. From all of us, we say bye-bye.